Hello and welcome back. On a Wednesday, I talk about speaking, content, putting yourself out there, creating your digital disco, essentially. And yesterday we went to Columbia Road Flower Market in London. If you want to see a behind the scenes Instagram reel, you can check it out. I'll link it down below. This is a really lovely Sunday morning activity. One of my favourites in London. You basically go to Hoxton station and follow a little road, not far at all. You can see it on the map. There's a great playground for kids, so Matt and I did a bit of tag teaming. And then Columbia Road essentially is this gorgeous road packed full of a flower market all the way up and some lovely independent shops either side. And I was there with my two children who are 5 and 8 and my partner as well, and we were having lots of conversations around business and why we bought certain things. And they're at that stage now where they're asking much more questions. They're out there in the world, they're noticing how people interact, and it's really interesting. I'm always fascinated by what they have to say. But here I want to share some business lessons for you that may be simplistic, but sometimes we can easily forget about the simple things, I think, because we get so consumed by the next thing, what the algorithm is saying. We went to this training, we learned this, oh my goodness, I've got to be on this platform. And it can feel like we are always trying to do something else, and actually coming back to these very key principles will help you to make more money, get in front of your ideal clients, and really build the life and career that you wish. So the first thing I want to share is, as you walk along Columbia Road, there is pretty much no deviation on this market from plants, flowers and garden stuff. I mean, plants and flowers is mainly what it is. And that's it. That is it. And there's probably, I don't know, 20 stall holders. And they're all selling something fairly similar. So the great thing about this is that they are all there together. They're creating an atmosphere. They're all part of the same process. And the likelihood is, if somebody is coming who likes plants and flowers, they are in that environment that allows them to sell to those ideal clients. However, what they need to recognize is how they stand out. And it's the same for your business. Maybe you are in internet lands or networking groups, or you surround yourself by people who do something really similar. That's really great for camaraderie. It's great for growing your network, being in those places and those spaces with people who get it and understand it. But then what you need to do is recognize how you are different, what you have to bring to the table, what your unique flavor is. So for example, one of those stalls had a real emphasis on herbs. So they had loads of different signs. This is great for this. This is indoor, outdoor. This is what it smells like. This is when it flowers. This is the kind of setting that you need to put it in. And so amongst that, it was really key and clear what that person was offering. Secondly, how do you stop and engage people? This is so important, and a conversation I was having with my son. So when we're in a market situation, and this can be the same as like scrolly on Instagram or Facebook, it can be easy to just keep on moving. The flow of the traffic, the flow of the people is forward motion. So I want you to think about how you are stopping and engaging with people who are on a mission, who are on the path. And in Columbia Road, they do things such as they shout, they tell you what the price is, they say how they're discounting stuff. There was one fella yesterday who was saying, come and look at my stolen goods. And my son was just like, what? Why is he stolen things? And then he was like, only joking, as soon as you got near. But suddenly it stopped you in your tracks. You were in the groove. I mean, not saying that that is necessarily the ethical way to sell or a way that would work for you, but it's a really good phrase to have in the back of your mind. How are you stopping and engaging people? Because unless people stop and engage, they're not going to buy. They're just going to walk on by. They're going to go to the next thing. They're going to see what's next. They're going to keep on scrolling. So having that in the back of your mind is really, really important. Number 3, playing with pricing. I want you to look at your pricing as we go into this next chapter and really think about how it feels to you. So often we can be influenced by what other people are doing, or that person has been working in my industry for a similar amount of time, so therefore maybe I should do something similar. It's all about how you connect with your pricing. It has to feel good for you. Otherwise, your customer is going to feel it. And there were so many discounts yesterday. So many, like, buy 3 of these and you'll get something else. Or buy 1 for £4 or 3 for a tenner. Or they would slash their prices as the day went on. One clever thing that happened to me was that I bought a plant for £8 and I bought, what else did I buy? I bought something else for £5, and then the guy said to me, do you want one of these? I'll give it to you for £1. And previously, or on its own, it would have sold for £3. So automatically I was saving £2, even though I hadn't necessarily planned on things, and I had this lovely beautiful plant for only £1. It was a win-win situation. Also, I knew that he was keen to move these things on. And that's the thing with Columbia Road, is I'm sure that these people do not want to take all these plants home. They want to shift them. It's got an expiry date, essentially, especially with the flowers. They want to sell them whilst they are in their prime. They don't want to bring them back next week and have them dead and droopy and all the rest of it. So knowing about your pricing, knowing about how you're packaging, knowing how you could put together a beautiful bundle or a proposition, a price that feels really good for you and your profits, but also for your client and your customer. It's all a really great part of the process. And just because you've always sold in a particular way, maybe now it's time for a shake-up. So do check out Create Your Income Pie, because it could be a really great thing for you. Number 4. Collaborate, and putting yourself in different circles that are going to support your client. So when you walk down Columbia Road, there are loads of other shops. Now, these other shops are open every day of the week, but the market is there on a Sunday. These shops are full of vases, of planters, of plant pots, homeware stuff, coffee shops, beautiful bakeries, and all of those things positioned together are giving you that Sunday morning experience, which is, I'm going to go to Columbia Road Flower Market, I'm going to get a coffee and a pastry, maybe a delicious bagel or sandwich, and I'm going to have a bit of a mooch. I'm going to buy some flowers. Oh, I might buy some new tablecloths for the tablescape that I'm going to create with these planters. Whatever it might be. This whole vibe, this whole section of London is geared towards the client, the customer. It's probably not, but this is how it can be perceived. To them having that beautiful experience where they get flowers. It's very lifestyle-y in that way. So when you are thinking about your positioning and who you might want to collaborate with, I want you to think about the kinds of, and this could be like the venues that you choose. For example, I know lots of my one-on-one clients, their parents, they're hectic, they're making do, they're pulling in all sorts of different directions. So when I do my one-on-one sessions, I specifically choose lovely venues where people can have that escapism. One of the venues that I use has the most glorious, luxurious interiors, and even though it's in Soho, you can feel like you're taken away to a different world. One of the other places that I've used has a secret door and a staircase that goes up, and you literally feel like you're going into another world. It's a members club. It feels very upmarket, and it's great. It's great for strategizing in that way. So if, for example, you're working with people who, I don't know, are coming with their small children, choose venues that are going to create that experience so they can do what they need to do. Number 5, are you showing your knowledge and your assurance and your insight into your products and your services? So many questions were being asked yesterday. Can I plant this now? When will this bloom? How much water does it need? Where shall I plant it next to? So many different conversations. It's your job as the business owner to sell and share your knowledge that's going to be suitable ultimately for the client. If you sell something to somebody that with the wrong instructions, or if it's not for them, they are going to feel that, they're going to remember it, and they're probably going to resent you a little bit. So instead, really focus on what it is that you can do, how you can help people, and laser into that. Talk about the benefits, talk about why you're the person, talk about the insight, and really get into the nitty-gritty of it all. I would love to know what resonated with you today. 2 places you can go, your digital disco and also Speak Up, both of which will be really helpful and supportive for you, and I can help you with the next steps. Do subscribe, do come back for more chat, and I'll see you next time. Bye.